Hello, welcome to the Queue, a prelude to war. This is the 5th game of the year on YouTube. Will be the BBR 1940. I wanted to do a little quick video about some of the changes that have come along here for this game, and remind you that some of the other changes that we've been using this year, like heavy tanks, previously were attack and defend at 4. Now they are reduced on the defense to 3, so they attack at 4, defend at 3. Battleships have anti-aircraft now. Anti-aircraft negates target select from tactical bombers. Those are a few of the things that we've been playing this whole year. And one of the other things, let's look at the NOs here that are changing for this game. And we've got the Soviet Union has 2 of them. The territory, whenever you take original German, Italian, or pro-Axis territory, it was 3 IPCs per territory. That is now being reduced to 2. Manchuria, when it is liberated by the Soviet Union, it was 10 and it is being reduced to 5 IPCs. So those 2 NOs there are being reduced. Italy has one that is being increased, and it is a 1 IPC value for 2 territories, Tobruk and El Alamein. Both are worth 0 on the map, but like the other African Horn territories that Italy gets a 1 IPC for controlling, they will get that 1 IPC for Tobruk and then 1 for Alexandria. So those, it just adds $2 to Italy. Italy could use the help, right? The units that have changed on the tech here, we started using the bomber, the heavy bomber tech, went to 4 dice at 2, and then the regular strategic bomber was still doing 1 dice at 4, and they're both 1 round of combat. The change for this game is that instead of a dice at 4 for the strategic bomber, it is going to be 2 dice at 2. For the improved transports, 2 regular transports defend at a 1. If there's 1 transport there, they're just sunk, auto kill. With improved transports, that is no longer the case because each transport now defends at a 1, in addition to the ability to carry that 3rd unit on the transport. The target select for the tactical bomber has always been negated. You can't target select transports. Now you can't target select, if there's a battleship in there that has the AA, it negates the target select. But even without the battleships, you can't target select the transport. And for this game, we're going to do the same off limits to infantry. So tactical bombers will no longer be able to terrorize lone infantry or groups of infantry, say in China. Japan sometimes does that. So those are the changes to some of the tech units that we have here. And I've got a reminder here about the map. So let me pull that down, take that ship out of there for a second. Map changes. Rio de Oro was considered a strict neutral before. It is now going to be France. And I believe Sire had said that the territorial name will be Casablanca. And I don't know if on his map he's going to split that up into 2 territories, and keep that Rio de Oro as a neutral, and then Casablanca up here. But the sea line, or the sea zone line, is now going to go from Gibraltar to Casablanca, so that you cannot get from Sea Zone 91 to Morocco. You can land in Casablanca and then go to Morocco, or if you have Gibraltar, you can go through and land there. But the object is to keep it a little off base there as far as Morocco point. A lot of times, you know, if Italy has the New Rome point, which is most of the North Africa and, you know, some of the other territories, the U.S. comes in on last turn, lands there with a big force, and then it's gone. So it's almost, there's no point in even trying to get that victory point. So that'll help the Axis a little. In reality, it kind of helps the Allies a little too, as far as now there's an extra territory out here that unless the Axis have Gibraltar, they can't get to it except through land. So it's going to take longer to get there. You know, so U.S. can still come in, land its planes, infantry, whatever, you know, as long as this is French. The other map change is point value. Bessarabia is now worth 1 IPC, and it should be. It's fought over quite frequently. I mean, it's probably a point for the Axis more often than not. But you know, in the last couple of games, it switched hands many times. So you can't say for definite for sure that that's going to be an Axis point. And then Ivensky up there will be reduced to 0. So on a full assault on Russia, it does take a point away from Russia. And I think that's it for the map. The factory movement, I believe I mentioned that last game, is now going to be 2 IPCs instead of 1. So when Russia is at war, they can move a factory, you know, and 2 IPCs will be the charge. I believe the cost is going to kind of, that and the Bessarabia point is going to kind of move things a little closer to Russia having a better balance as far as not being overwhelmingly rich. They have been in a couple games for whether strategy or what. So there was another talk of removing this resource and national objective from the Ukraine, or from Russia. But I think Bessarabia, that move kind of offsets that one. Still gives them the chance to collect that 3, you know, NO for a little longer. So I think it kind of helps that situation a little bit. And I believe those are the only changes. Let me put that cruiser back in there. I haven't set up Italy yet. I've got everyone else set up. I've painted Britain and Italy, spray painted them, so they're drying. So hopefully Italy will get done, and I will get them on the map in their color, but they won't be. They won't have that stain on it yet, that polyurethane stain. I won't have taken that care of, but I'll get that going as the game goes on, and you'll see the units transform as the game moves along. The game's already started. You can look at my playlists. It'll be the top one there, Game 5 of 2020. I think is what I called it. It's a BBR 1940 game, like I said earlier. Germany and Russia have gone. VK did Germany, and Detroit has done Russia. Japan, I believe, is uploading now. Moffett Field is doing Japan. And if you've not seen any of his videos with his pieces on the map, he has them painted up really interesting. I think, I don't know that I've seen a better paint job as far as all the units that he uses, you know, in person. I've seen a lot of different ones, you know, online and some of them in person. So far, Moffett Field has the best presentation by far, as far as the detail and the units and all the different flight stands that he has, and factories, and just all the different stuff that he has and he has painted. It's really a cool set. So you'll get to see all those units basically only in the Pacific Theater, because he'll be playing Japan this game. But if you're not subscribed to his channel, do so, and you can probably see those units in other games or other videos that he has. So with that in mind, we're waiting for Japan to upload. I am Italy this game, so I won't have a turn here for a while, but when I do, you'll see it.